And we are live.
We are live right now, okay? And the star of the show right now is Kayla Harrison. Let's talk about Kayla Harrison, okay? Made a video. My last video was, I mentioned Kayla Harrison a little bit. Um, and in that video, I just mentioned that, Kayla Harrison laid an egg. Didn't really perform as I thought she was going to perform. Actually, underperformed, if I had to say anything. But there's news here that she according to MMA Junkie, Kayla Harrison opens up on her decision win over Vera and her situation with bleeding
And being hospitalized.
prior to UFC 307.
So,
According to Kayla Harrison, she was hospitalized weeks before UFC 307, which would be the reason why she underperformed. She's not saying this is any excuses. However, this would be why she didn't perform to her normal abilities. Now, with that said, that comes with the territory, in my opinion. It just comes with the territory, especially when you're not from that division and you're cutting that much weight. She's a bigger girl. She's not a smaller girl. So when you're cutting that much weight, you're bound to have a lot of problems, a lot of issues. And I'm just hoping she recovers well from it, and it doesn't give her any long lasting health issues.
to be honest,
But Kayla Harrison still laid an egg, in my opinion. It is what it is. Um,
there's nothing really.
you can say about it. I feel for her situation about being hospitalized, weeks before, her big event. But I'm sorry, it comes with the territory. You should prepare a little bit better then, you know. You should prepare a little bit better or don't fight in that division. Simple and plain. Don't fight in that division.
All right.
But moving on from Kayla Harrison, she is the star of the show right now. But moving on from Kayla Harrison right now, there's a storm headed towards the southern part of the United States, and that storm is not called Mint. It's actually called Alex Pereira. I made a video on how he single-handedly saved UFC 307, and he really did. The guy is just amazing, breaking records and all. But now we move on to UFC Fight Night, and from what I'm looking at, it looks like a really really good match. We got Brandon versus Tatsuro, uh, a Japanese fighter. I believe he's undefeated, or is he undefeated? Let me check his record real fast. I'm not sure. Yeah, he is undefeated. He's 16-0. Okay. He's really quick with his hands. He punches with very very good accuracy and intent and bad intentions. And the guy is really really fast. But he got a tall task. He's stepping up in competition. In Brandon here, and in the flyweight division, Brandon has a lot of experience. He really does. So we're gonna see if experience beats the momentum that Tatsiora comes with. I'm not sure if he'll be able to pull off the win, but I'll tell you what, Brandon comes with a lot of experience, and he's also quick and great on his feet as well. But we're gonna get a good showing. We're gonna get a good showing from that one. That's a great uh,
That's a great.
main card spot right there. Let me see we got what other fights this UFC Fight Night has. We got Daniel Rodriguez versus Alex Moreno. That's a good fight. Daniel, I believe he's coming off of that loss. If I'm not mistaken, it was a catch weight. I'm not sure, but he's coming off of that loss. And I always like seeing Daniel Rodriguez fight. The guy always ready. He comes ready to bang. Alex, he also comes ready to bang. So this is going to be a stand-up fight. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see a good showing from out of them. I'll tell you what. That's a good one. That's a real good one right there, man. Let's see what else we got. We got CJ. CJ, he's also a flyweight fighter. You know, he's on the come up. He always comes up ready to bang as well. Uh, that should be a good showing from him. Jonathan Pierce as well. He's always coming out to bang. He's always ready. I mean, they put a lot of stand-up fighters in this card. You know, they really stacked this one up. I'll tell you that much. You know, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I mean, hey, this looks like a fun UFC fight night card for free, you know. And if you're into the UFC, you'll be able to watch it most likely on ESPN Plus. I'm not sure. Let me see where to watch.
How to watch. Oh, yep, on ESPN.
ESPN Plus, so you can watch it on ESPN Plus. um, you know, it starts at 7 p.m. So yeah, I mean, this is a fun card. This is a really fun card, especially after UFC 307. You know, a little, lackluster pay per view. But to be honest with you, you know, the UFC has underperformed as well. You know, they really have. You know, their pay per views haven't been really delivering that full punch capacity that we're used to. Um, a lot of the fights are like, come on, let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one. And yeah, it doesn't really give fans today a chance to really get to know these fighters because they're if the fight is not entertaining or entertaining enough, they move on and they're on their phone or whatnot until the next fight. So you know yeah, UFC 307 did underperform, and the Sphere did underperform as well. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the UFC right now. I know they have their new TV deal that's up, and they're looking for a new home. But I'll tell you what, these pay-per-views right now have not been performing at all, at all. This year, I mean, Alex Pereira has not only single-handedly saved UFC 307, but single-handedly saved the UFC.
And that is the truth.
That is the truth.
But yeah, for UFC.
Fight night, this looks like a fun card. This looks like a fun card. You know,
But the one that
I'm
I'm
really looking forward to is UFC 308. That looks like it's gonna be the best card this year. Okay, got a lot of fun fights on that card, and you know what? I'm really excited to see this one. I don't know who else isn't really excited to see this fight. I mean, El Tapoya versus Max Holloway. Come on,
that's
that's
gonna
gonna be a fantastic fight. I don't know who takes it. I really don't. I'm just I'm excited to see this fight. And I'm excited to see. Not really excited, but I'm interested in seeing how Max Holloway adjusts to the weight class. Just because he was fighting at, lightweight, he did just knock out Gaethje. He did, pack on some muscle, uh, to go up to lightweight. So you know, for him to come down and lose some muscle mass, lose some weight, I want to see how that looks. Hopefully he's still healthy, and hopefully he don't have no Kayla Harrison issues. Because if he does, that's gonna be catastrophic. If this card UFC 308 falls apart, this will be catastrophic for the UFC. Okay, this will not be good. This card has to stay together. Max Holloway has to show up. El Tapoya has to show up, and Chamzat has to show up as well. because there's been some cancellations with him as well, and he needs to come up and show out for Robert Whitaker.
But yeah, that's what
I'm looking forward to right there. Is UFC 308. You know, I mean, let's look at
I want to look at
all their events this year, UFC events.
I want to look up all
Their events right now. Let me see.
see something. Okay, UFC.
UFC 299 O'Malley versus Vera 2. That was on March 9th. So that was a good, interesting um, card, you know. And then we have February 17th, we have UFC 298, and now is Volkanovski versus Taporia. We saw how that ended up. Um, okay, so this will be the start of the year, basically for the pay per views, and it'll be UFC 297, Strickland versus Duplessis. All right, okay, that's a good start right there. And then I said 299, we have O'Malley. Then we have UFC 300 April. That's Pereira versus Hill. He saves that card. Okay.
Um, and then we got
Pantoja versus Arceg, and that's UFC 301.
And then
UFC 302, we got Makachev versus Pereira. That was a good card. That was a good card. I like that card. Um, let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah, UFC 300. That was a great card. Great card. Um,
UFC 303.
Pereira versus um. Oh yeah, Pereira versus Prokaska. His pronunciation is hard on this one. Two, and that's UFC 303, and Pereira saves that card as well, and wins. That card was good as well. And then UFC 305, there's Duplessis versus Adesanya. So I mean, look, they had some good cards here, in 2024. By the looks of it, the star of it will have to be Alex Pereira. I mean, the guy is just breaking records out there. I'm telling you. Um, but when it comes to like star power and you know name recognition, I have to say no. A lot of people don't really. Yeah, it's not looking like it used to be back in the day. These cards, you know.
Yeah, and
Uh,
yeah, I'm interested in.
Seeing UFC for the longevity of 2025. See how it goes. I wonder where they're gonna go. I know they don't want to. I think, if I'm not mistaken, from what I read, the UFC doesn't want to be with ESPN Plus. But I mean, don't quote me on that. Um, but their contract is up, so I wonder how that's gonna work out. I wonder where they're gonna go. How that's gonna look. How is that gonna look with them being not on ESPN Plus? I mean, they were on. It was UFC Fox, and then ESPN Plus. So I just wonder how that's gonna look. Are they gonna be on Netflix? Are they gonna be in some type of space? I just wonder where is it going, man. To be honest, wow, they have a pound for pound list here on ESPN Plus. Let's look at their pound for pound list here.
Let's look at their pound for pound.
Pound list. Number one is Islam Makhachev. That's number one on the pound for pound list. Okay. Number two is Alex Pereira.
Number three is Il Taporia. What? What kind of
Pound
pound?
for pound list is this?
What the hell?
Sorry. This is crazy. What?
No,
No,
no.
this can't be the pound for pound. No way. This is crazy.
This is crazy. What?
Just as crazy as Kayla Harrison having issues with her weight cutting. Like we didn't know that was gonna happen. Come on,
We all knew.
you know. So it's like for her to come up or not come up, but come out with this story about her having issues and her being hospitalized. Come on, Kayla Harrison. Let's come on. Let's not.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
The Contender Series
Start
starts.
soon.
It starts soon here.
I am gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it live here. Um,
What time is it right now?
oh, it started right now at 8 o'clock. So it's just started. I'm about to get off here soon. I did want to talk about Kayla Harrison specifically. I did want to talk about Alex Pereira of how he's just saving the UFC. If he's not the MMA fighter of the year, I don't know who is. You know. Um, so that's that. And another thing,
I don't think anybody.
cares about the women's division when it comes to 135-pound division. Pena did a terrible job of promoting the fight with Kayla Harrison on that terrible um, press conference, talking about Amanda Nunes, a fighter that's retired, instead of promoting the next fight. And with Pena really laying an egg as well, and Kayla Harrison laying that double egg, I don't think anybody cares about the division. Actually, I think that division will close here soon. Okay?
The UFC needs to do something.
Something quick, either an Ultimate Fighter or something, all right, to put together some girls where they could fight at that division. Because that division is atrocious. It's terrible right now. There's nothing exciting about it. Nothing. The only thing that's exciting about it is Valentina moving up and potentially taking that belt. Because she can.
But I'll leave you with that.
One love. You already know. I'm going to go watch the Contender Series. Peace.